Oh Mann, oh Mann, Freunde, hier bei Tales of Rise geht es ja Schlag auf Schlag weiter. Das ist einfach kaum zum Aushalten, was hier alles ans Tageslicht geführt wird. Und ja, eigentlich sollten wir uns auf die Mission begeben, Shione zu retten. Natürlich ohne Flammenschwert ein bisschen schwierig, sage ich jetzt mal, generell, gegen diesen Volran-Typ oder wie der auch immer der heißt. Aber naja, was willst du machen, wa? Ist wie es ist. Wobei ich mich jetzt gerade frage, mir vielleicht mal die Zeit auch nehmen sollte mit der Ausrüstung. Sehr gut, ich meine, sehr viel irgendwie anpassen kann ich jetzt hier nicht. Das Kriegeremblem hat einen Angriff geboostet, ja, okay. Könnte ich auch die KP machen oder was anderes. Seht ihr auch noch den Schutzring. Den Flinkring, Bewegungsgeschwindigkeit plus 50%, ist vielleicht auch nicht unbedingt so schlecht. Vor allem für Elfen. Die Fähigkeiten-Matrix, da muss eigentlich nicht viel machen. Was wir da machen können, wir mal die Art nochmal zu überprüfen, wa? Gerade so was Elfen betrifft, mit Luftangriff, Bodenangriff und so. Set anpassen, ja, das sind die alternative Moves, da wird jetzt auch noch nichts gemacht. Flammende Schneider, aufsteigender Phönix, ja gut. Prinzip bisher der hier. Moment. Den Zuschlag, trauer Wind. Die Luft wirbelt. Er überlegt gerade, was er machen könnte. Herrscherhieb. Folgendes Art, also Verstand schärfer und kräftiger Schwerthieb ausgeführt wird. Einen Drachenschwarm vielleicht mal testen, wa? Wir haben hier die ganzen Luftangriffe, aber da noch ein paar Alternativ mittlerweile. Ja. Sternstaub und aufsteigender Lichtspeer. Ja, Rundenverläuft, den haben wir schon öfters gesehen. Das wäre jetzt nicht so unbedingt stark, sag ich jetzt mal. Hurricane-Stoß. Ja, den Stoß ist rasch verringert. Ja komm, weißt du was? Einfach mal ein bisschen ausprobieren. Was soll schon großartig schief gehen? Mondzahn, den Mond entlang verlaufen. Im Prinzip auch nicht so verkehrt. Herrscherhieb. Eigentlich wäre es wie das, ja. Rauer Wind ist das eigentlich wie Plasmaschock, nur jetzt ein bisschen anders. Dann wäre halt eben die Frage, machen wir den da oder machen wir einen Drachenschwarm vielleicht oder... Reißt die Erde auf. Wir versuchen auch mal ein paar Dinge wieder mal sagen, Freunde. Da wäre schon ein bisschen gut, ob wir da irgendwie was anderes nehmen sollen. Rüstung des Versöhners. Weil es eigentlich noch gut aussehen würde. Na komm. Schnellreise, Distelum. Okidoki, wir können auch ein bisschen quatschen hier. Was nochmal gesagt? Nochmal gesagt. Sag vor allem.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Das hat was, finde ich. So. Ja, mit dem Leben und so. Dann geht's 11 Monate ein Loch. Nach dem Schiffsunglück. Aber eben, ich frage mich halt, ob wir wirklich per Zufall hier gelandet sind, weil der andere Typ hier, dieser, in Anführungszeichen, Lord, wie er sich herausgestellt hat, der hat ja den Meisterkern des Wassers und hat deswegen auch diesen Strudel, Strom, wie auch immer, beschworen. Den kann man nicht also vorstellen, dass er es irgendwie einfach so unbedacht gemacht hat. So, warte mal, jetzt haben wir mit Duhalim gequatscht. Dann quatsche ich jetzt, glaube ich, erstmal, oder als nächstes, nicht erstmal, sondern als nächstes. Warte mal, kann ich überhaupt... Ja, Schnellreisepunkt ist hinzugefügt, aber reisen kann ich sicher nicht, wa? Nee, eben, nicht mehr gewundert. Ich glaube, ohne Skiune sowieso nicht gehen. So. Was sagt denn die gute Kisawa, wenn Sie gleich fragen werden?
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegus anyway?
I came down in a Renin starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renins, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, So you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Eine sehr gute Frage und vor allem aber auch eine sehr gute Erklärung bzw. Unterstützung von ihr. Weil eben manchmal braucht auch der größte Held mal Freunde und aufmunternde Worte oder muss zuerst mal auch mal ein bisschen zurechtgewiesen werden, sage ich jetzt mal. Da will natürlich auch Elfen keine Ausnahme. Aber es ist doch schön, dass er solche Freunde hat. Ich hoffe nur, dass alle das auch so sehen. Warte mal, kann ich jetzt von hier raus? Nee, oder? Was ist denn hier drin? Okay. Irgendwie nichts Besonderes. Hat es irgendwo noch ein spezielles Item oder so? Auch nicht, wahr? Distelum. Lenegis, ein riesiger Satellit. Ja, ich glaube, wir werden bald auf, nach Lenegis zurückkehren. Im Sinne von zurückkehren, weil die Elfen schon mal dort war. Bitte legen noch ein paar Eier. Was? Was Fisch essen? Es wird zur Vegetarierin. Tja. Kann man nichts machen. Nee, im Gegenteil, kann ich sehr gut verstehen. Ja, ich habe nur schon Probleme, wenn ich 2 Tage hintereinander dasselbe essen muss. Bin ich mittlerweile sehr eitel geworden irgendwie, weiß auch nicht. Jeden Tag was anderes. Auch da, man kann es übertreiben. So, warte mal. Das ist extrem wichtig. Jo, alles klar. Warte mal. Da hinten ist Law, okay. Haben wir schon gewundert.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, Well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realize what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Ja, Moment, einer fehlt noch. Das Gespräch mit Law. Zum guten alten Law. Wir bauen uns ja auch ein paar Pflanzen an und so. Ist doch cool. Sieht aus wie... Ist Blumenkohl? Was aus, wa? Lecker Blumenkohl. Wo bist du, Law? Mein alter Freund, der Law. Ach ja, und während ich hier herumlatsche und nach Antworten suche, beziehungsweise ja eigentlich Elfen die Antworten sucht, finden wir hier eine Eule. Und so eine Hudel. Hudel, Hudel, Hudel. Ich frage mich ja, wie viele Eulen es insgesamt gibt. Ist es irgendwie festgesetzt, dass pro Gebiet, sagen wir jetzt mal, immer 6 Eulen sind? Oder 8 oder 10? Auf alle Fälle fällen mir ganz bestimmt sehr viele Eulen. So, Law, wie sieht's aus?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing. What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me. That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Xion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Xion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Oh ja, das tue ich auch.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Würde ich auch sagen. Und Abkürzung! Was? Ich kann sogar wieder springen. Krass. Zurück im Gasthaus. Und ich kann mir sogar vorstellen, dass wir bald schon die Folge beenden müssen. Ach ja, Xion retten, das wird ein Krampf. Das sehe ich jetzt schon.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zoogles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Na geht doch. Was, tollpatschige Ausnahmekämpfer?
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Jo, das wären wir auch, Freunde. Aber, oh, das sieht aber übel aus, ey. Ohne Gione. Ja, das wären wir aber in der nächsten Folge erst, Freunde. Und jetzt muss man ganz kurz gucken mit dem Kampf. Okay, mach ganz kurz offscreen. Dass er drin, weil nicht im aktiven Kampf dabei ist, sondern wir die anderen drin haben. Und sie uns dann halt als Support unterstützt. Das will es mehr. In der nächsten Folge zurück bei Tales of Arise. Und mit neuen Moves mal testen. Das wird auch lustig. Bis dahin, bye bye.